today's tutorial, we will provide an overview of the ESO Archive Science Portal, the access point to process data. It can be accessed from the ESO Science Archive homepage at archives.eso.org by clicking on this button. Landing on the Science Portal homepage, one is presented with a splash screen with the latest news on its functionalities. The page then has several sections, which we will now illustrate individually. At the top of the page, from left to right, we find the total number of science files matching the query criteria. Here at the start of our exploration is the entire content, obviously. Then we have the number of the selected datasets. Then comes a section to query the archive by target name or coordinates, followed by a button to activate cutouts, which are described in a dedicated tutorial. The lock icon is to toggle on and off the inclusion of proprietary data. This arrow resets the page. The bulb opens the help page. This icon creates a permanent link to the actual status of the page that can be shared with collaborators. This one activates the SAMP protocol, which is also described in a dedicated tutorial, while this icon is to download the data. Finally, the question mark leads to the ESO support and knowledge base. The central section shows a sky view of the data powered by Aladdin Light. Below it, there is a tabular representation of the data, while here to the left, the data is shown grouped by properties, or facets. Which facets are shown is controlled here. The sections can be maximized or minimized individually with these arrow buttons. Acting on any of these sections updates the other ones accordingly. In this particular case, we will select now just imaging data. Hovering with the mouse over the result table shows thumbnail previews of the data that gives a first impression of its content. The crosshair pans the sky view to that particular dataset. Zooming in and out is done with the central mouse wheel or by pressing the plus and minus icons here on the right. When there are too many results to be shown individually, only aggregate information is shown. Zooming in will eventually show the individual footprints of the individual datasets. The magnifying glass in the result table opens in a dedicated tab the preview page for that particular dataset. This icon here downloads to disk that particular dataset, while the picture icon loads the preview on the sky.